Are calorie dense foods ruining your cuts? Now these type of foods are the ones that are high in calories, low in nutrients, also known as empty foods because they're doing absolutely nothing for you. These are the things like cakes, chocolate, alcohol, takeaways, absolutely packed with loads of calories, carbs, fats, yes, maybe some proteins, but absolutely no nutrients making you feel good. Also helping the body to be as efficient as possible. Now, one of the biggest issues we come up against is people snacking and eating rubbish, going over on the calories and wondering what's gone wrong this week when they know they've ate loads of absolutely crap empty food. Now, one of the other biggest issues I always come up against is people are always going over the calories because they're snacking on empty food. But the first thing I'll always tell them is stop buying it. Stop buying the crisps, the chocolate, the cakes. Stop eating the takeaways on the weekend because they are causing you issues. They are not going to help you go from A to B, from 20% body fat down to 15% body fat, from 35% body fat to 25% body fat, from the 50% body fat to 25. It's not going to help you. And one of the first responses I always get back, nearly, I'd say probably 95% of the time is, what about the children? And I'll always say, what do you think's got you into this issue in the first place? Eating absolutely high calorific empty food, and you want to feed your children with that as well. Now, if you're always going to make excuses for X, Y, and Z, you're not going to reach any of your goals. I'm talking about the what if this, what about that? No, what about you, your goals, and getting yourself from A to B? Because once you've done it, whether it's in 12 weeks, 24 weeks, whether it's a year, you're going to be in a much better position, a much healthier position. You're going to be a great role model and a great vision for your children to aspire to be. Now, there's two things I want you to think about when you say, what about the children when it comes to calorie-dense foods? The first one is, reflect on yourself. What has caused you to go from when you were younger, a slimmer person, to a person now who's holding a bit more or excessive body weight? It comes from overeating, having too many calories, and being inactive. I want you to reflect back and think, what am I doing now? I'm being more active, getting more steps in, I'm training, and the calories is the issue generally on the whole. So what you need to do is then lower the calories, lower the high calorific foods, improve on the nutrients, get rid of the empty foods, even if it's temporary, or again, eat in moderation, just lower them enough so they're not causing so much impact. And then the second thing I want you to think about is, think about their future. Think about, again, what's created you to become overweight. Think about if you're putting them into habits and a routine of always having a dessert, always snacking on crisps, biscuits, chocolates and cakes, they're going to be eating a lot of calorie-dense, empty food. And if they're not being active, then what's the repercussions of that? They're going to store excess body weight. They're going to have high glucose levels. They're probably going to have also high cholesterol levels. Their health isn't going to be great, and their future's not going to be great with it. So I want you to have a good think about the calorie-dense foods when you're buying them, when you're going to eat them at takeaways, or even at restaurants. A cut isn't forever, and it shouldn't be forever. It should be in a 12-week window, a refeed, another 12-week window, a refeed or a reverse feed. But the longer you keep making excuses, and the longer your fitness journey is, the more unhappy and the more stressed you're going to get about it. And that is not how the journey is meant to be. So lesson of the week is, think about what calorie-dense foods that you are buying at the shops, takeaways, restaurants, and have a good think about how you can change and adapt it so that you're having them in moderation, but they're not going to cause any issues for your health, for your fat loss journey, and for your children's future.